Yes, there is. When you betray your best friend, and when the king you chose turns out to be more a coward than you thought. All Tetros had to do was stand up and fight Japheth's attacks. Wyan never would have become the lion. You knew Wyan's brother was behind the attacks? Sophie asked. I tried to tell Tetros when he was king, said Kay wistfully. The one time he and I spoke, he needed to ride out and fight the snake, to kill him like Arthur would have, to be a leader. He would have become the lion instead. He would have stayed a king, even with Excalibur trapped in that stone. The people would have stood by him. I would have stood by him. No one else would have gotten hurt. But he didn't listen. Kay shook his head. That's when I knew I'd chosen the wrong king. She waited for him to go on, but his gaze went back out the window. What about Wyan? Do you think he's a good king? Sophie guided, trying to keep him talking. Better than Tetros, said the captain. But that's not what makes him good. What do you mean? Sophie asked. Kay turned, meeting her eyes. He's loyal to people despite their flaws, like his brother, or me, or you. Isn't loyalty a mark of good? For a moment, Sophie actually believed him. Except you don't just serve Wyan, she pointed out. You serve the lion and the snake now. The snake who you wanted to be away from. I don't serve the snake, Kay said, ice cool. Push! You rescued him from Nottingham's prison. Because Wyan ordered me to, and I'm loyal to Wyan. And because as king, Wyan assures me as he has his brother under his firm control. I have no loyalty to Japheth. We weren't friends at school. Wyan was barely friends with him at school. Japheth had his own best friend. A monster, if you ask me. Alright, Sophie said, out loud. Kay froze. How do you... She had said too much. His eyes glanced over and his spine straightened. The rest of the ride was silent. As the carriage barreled through the gates, a team of 12 black-masked pirates were dismounting their horses in front of the stables and horsing the blood of their black suits, having returned from a night of attacks. One of the Mistral sisters looked amongst them, handing out centuries of gold. Through the pirates' masks, they watched the carriage drive by, their cold, hollow eyes checking Sophie like a fox lets into the chicken coop. Wyan kills Japheth. I kill Wyan. Pirates kill me. Sophie shuddered. The carriage stopped in front of the castle doors. She followed the captain up the blue tower stairs, Evelyn Satter's white dress tingling at her skin again, as if fully aware of her murderous plot and warning her not to go through with it. Sophie beat down her fear and climbed faster. This time, a dress wouldn't stop her. She trailed Kay across the catwalk towards the throne room, with a view into the blue tower dining hall. Someone was at his table. Sophie backed up, a forced smile on her face, anticipating her enemy. It wasn't Wyan. An old, filthy man slurped placidly from plates of parsnip soup, salmon pie, roast chicken with applesauce, stuffed eggs, stewed yams, and butterscotch pudding. Another mischievous sister sat across the table. Now, Bertie, if something were to befall the sheriff, highly unlikely, of course, that would stand Nottingham's wing over to you, and you bind that wing on the King's command, just as we discussed. We discussed that you bring me butter from Broadbrook jail, Bertie croaked, fisting pudding into his mouth, and a horse for me, Mum. Your mother will stay in Sting's swamp and your brother in jail until you burn the wing, the mischievous woman said curtly. Bertie gave her a dead-eyed glare. Better be a big house for me, Mum, with a tub. Kay was well ahead of Sophie now, and she hurried to keep up, her dress stinking threateningly at her skin. They passed the map room, where Weasley and a second pirates, in their black marauding suits, hovered in front of a floating map of the woods, every kingdom and out except Broadbrook, Lettyflop, and Nottingham. A good night's work, said the dark pirate. Bloody good night's work, Weasley smirked. He dipped his middle finger in black ink and slashed it across Broadbrook and Lettyflop, leaving only Nottingham untouched. Sophie fended off a wave of nausea. Japan has the last wing, a wing that Bertie would burn on Ryan's order. She had to move quickly. Kay was getting past the Treasury Master's office now, where Sophie noticed that the first mischievous sister seated opposite the bowed, egg-shaped Treasury Master, pug-nosed and pink-skinned, surrounded by piles of ledgers on his desk. She tried to eavesdrop. The Camelot Courier has been making inquiries into our accounts, Bethner, said the Treasury Master. They've sent reporters to the Bank of Pussy. Warrants are out for the courier stuff, said Bethner. They'll never make it to Pussy. Even so, the manager of the bank has a mind of his own, the Treasury Master observed. If he begins investigating our accounts, he could allege the Kingdom Council before the last wing is burnt. Bethner waited his words. I'll go to Pussy at once, she said, turning for the door. Sophie darted out of view, scuttling after Kay. What is in that bank? She wondered. What are they hiding? But there was no more time to think, for Kay was already walking through the doors of the throne room. Sophie hesitated as she entered, dark shadow crisscrossing this long, vast hall. For a moment, it was so dark she couldn't see anything. The thick carpets were stolen beneath her slippers. A ray of light cut through the shadows. Sophie looked up.